What's up, guys? Just getting some work done. I was cleaning out one of my old bags, and I've been kind of taking a little more downtime. You kind of got to read the signs from life, and sometimes when you push too hard, nothing good happens. Injury happens, mental burnout, and whatnot. So that's why I've been MIA. But getting work done, I've been doing about 2 hours of work a day, then going into the gym later on. And I've really been recharging. So getting work done with, I don't know if you can see that. That's Halloween, one of my favorite movies. So playing that in the background helps me with my creativity. But while I was going through my old stuff, I came across some stuff that I thought was interesting. This is from probably 3-4 years ago, some of this. But just to show you the process. Now, this did not happen overnight, dual strength and getting to where I've been. And it's just got to unfold by itself. So if you look at these cards right here, these are all marketing things that I'd worked on, and I would carry around with me, and I'd make notes. So that's pretty cool. I almost threw these away, and I said, no, this is some good stuff on here. Some of my goals on here. It's funny because when you write a lot of this stuff, you don't think it can happen, or you can't imagine how it's going to happen. A lot of this stuff is already well in the past, done and gone. So that's something cool, some old marketing stuff. So for those of you trying to start your own business, as you can see, this is my to-do list. So something called a mind dump, which I'll talk about later. In this book, again, I almost threw this away. These are just notes on different training methods. And then within this book, you can see it says DeFranco. I would go through Joe's website and I would just read everything I could while I was on my break, when I was still teaching. And as you can see, I would write it down. I'd watch DVDs while I was training, or teaching, excuse me, not teaching, but on my break. But I'd go through and write down everything I could. And, I picked up some gems, and it was all free. I couldn't believe it. But I can't imagine how many people are doing that, but that was just my desire to learn. Just different stuff. This is Dan John, so pretty cool stuff. This one is that's actually my principal right there, but just different people, measurements. This is when I would actually write diets out, short, longhand. Just different questions I would come up with if I was trying to help. This is actually from when I very first started my business. My first clients, Jocelyn and John. What are the goals specific? What are your weaknesses with food? What are your workouts like? How many days per week? What time? Cardio reps? How many times a day are you comfortable eating? So I was doing this stuff from the get-go where that was the very first client. Thank God I didn't throw this away. I remember I started my business and I didn't know how I was going to find anybody that would want to train and pay me for it, but it just started happening. So these are a lot of old notes, and I was very detailed. I would do calculations, as you can see, for everybody. Wow, that's pretty cool. And one of the very first organizers I've had, you can see it's just written, marked up. Let's see. Obviously, I got this in January we started. And this was very primitive, but you can see. Jeez. Joe Stutz. I don't even remember some of these people. But every day I had planned out. It's a little nuts. 3 pages of my business plan. But this is what it took, guys, when I was teaching. I planned out everything. So, I would have a whole list. This is what, during a teaching day, I would get all this stuff done on my breaks, and then I'd go train people in the pit. How to Kick Ass seminar. That was March 18th, 19th, 2011. Pretty cool. But these things are things I cherish now, because you look back and you just can't imagine how you've gotten to where you've gotten. Or people ask you advice, but it was all just a daily, I don't want to say grind, it was a process. It still is, it's a journey. It doesn't happen overnight. You can see Mike Myers is chasing right now. That's the noise in the background. But if you guys want to be successful in whatever you're going to do, don't rush it. All overnight successes take 12 years. You just start following your heart, and let me know however I can help you. All right, guys, peace.